All right, welcome to Don Odells Legends. We're here with John Nemeth this afternoon here in Palmer, Massachusetts. Welcome.
It's good to be here.
You've been here before.
Yes, I was here. I think 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah, and you were promoting the new
Feeling
album
Freaky,
at that.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And now, what are you doing back this time?
I'm just back.
You're just back on a tour up here in the
Yeah,
Northeast.
back up in the Northeast,
yeah.
and Don heard we were coming up, so we're going to come in here and have a good time and get a great session.
Fantastic, fantastic. So, a couple things, and you probably get asked this a lot, but you a blues singer or a soul singer, or both?
I can sing both.
You do both. How did you find the blues?
Oh, let's see here. What was her name? We'll leave the names out of it. I don't like to kiss and tell. I tell you, I think I was probably 14.
Yeah.
Yeah, and in high school, and yeah, and I got to hear a lot of great blues music. A friend of mine made me a mixtape of everybody from Blind Willie McTell, Blind Blake, and Freddie King, Albert King, B.B. King, and Little Walter, Junior Wells, and so many great artists, Tampa Red, Big Bill Brunzi. So I got to hear like the greatest of blues singers on a mixtape when I was 14. Not a lot of people get to do that.
No, they don't.
No, I mean, yeah. And he became the guitar player in my first band.
All right.
And we tore it up. We worked 5 nights a week in one town for many, many years.
So you were born in Boise and moved. Now you live in Memphis now?
Yeah.
Where did you actually grow up?
I grew up in Idaho.
You grew up in Idaho,
Yeah.
so you're a bluesy, soul-y guy from Boise.
Oh yeah,
Idaho. That's
absolutely,
fantastic.
yeah, absolutely.
Fantastic. Yeah, so you've got 9 Blues Music Award nominations, which is pretty cool.
Well, the last guy I did an interview with said I had 20 or something like
20? 20 sounds a hell of a lot better, so we'll go with 20. We'll go with 20. That sounds great. That sounds great. How's the new music coming along? You got new music in the hopper you're thinking about?
I've got tons of songs written, and it's just really finding a moment to do it.
Yeah. Between all the touring.
Yeah, lots of touring, and I'm a family guy now. When I come home off the road, I got my daughter Ava and my son Otis. Ava's 8 and Otis is 4. Got my wife that I don't see that often. So when I'm home, I'm these days I'm spending more time as a dad than a busy guy putting out albums. I mean, one time I think I put 3 albums out in 5 years, and sometimes I get in those kind of moods.
Yep.
Sometimes life takes me another direction.
Yeah. How's it like being a dad?
Oh, it's the best.
Yeah.
Oh man. I mean, I just can't get over it. I mean, just to be called dad.
Yeah.
Is worth all of it.
Yeah. Do they realize that their dad's a famous blues singer at this point?
No, I think they just know me as dad.
They just know you as dad.
Yeah, but they've come to the shows and
Yeah.
they love the songs.
Yeah.
And
You got to be careful what you're singing around them.
Yeah, it's great, or even what you put on your albums.
Yeah.
I've got friends that said they learned my songs from my son, who is 4 years old and goes to school 2 days a week. And so they're like, "Oh yeah, we know your husband's music." They tell my wife that all the time, and the Otis has got all the kids singing Kool-Aid Pickle and songs like that.
Well, that's better than some of the stuff that's out there, so that's good.
That's true.
Very
That's
good.
true. Yeah,
That's very good.
it is appropriate.
So you got a family now.
Yeah.
And then being on the road is not fun. I mean,
It's busy
there are
work.
moments there that those
Yeah.
2-3 hours a night where you're actually playing is
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
But those other 20 hours in a hotel and
Yeah.
in a van, and
Yeah.
there's nothing sexy about that.
No.
And what drives you at this point? Keep going.
Well, it's my only job. I've had this job now for, I guess, 25 years. And I mean, I love playing blues, and it's not the most lucrative business, and very few people attain any kind of real nationwide notoriety for doing it. but it's what I do. It's what I know how to do, and it comes easy, and it comes.
Yeah.
And it comes frequently. And yeah, so I while the phone's ringing, I'll keep on doing it, and when the phone stops ringing, then I'll probably stop doing it. And and that might be the end of it.
I think you're a long way from that. So.
Musicians don't really retire, They just keep on playing until they're gone.
Playing some ferry somewhere from Buffalo to Toronto or something.
Man, that'd be fun. That'd be great. Steady gig, man.
Steady gig every night. Yeah, every night.
Oh yeah, imagine that if you were like in your 80s, man, to have a steady gig. I think I'd still like to tour. I'm a descendant of Attila the Hun, and those guys like to get around, so.
Well, tell me about your band. I know they were actually on the latest album as well, which is pretty, or a couple of them were, so that's pretty cool. And then you just had your bassist move over to become your guitar player as well. Yeah. Tell us a little bit about your band.
Yes, the drummer's been with me the longest. He's a kid from Boston, and he was playing my music when he was a kid, as a teenager, and he hit me up for a gig. And he had sat in with me before, and I was really knocked out by his playing. So when he hit me up for a gig, I took him on. He was 20 at the time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And he's still young looking now too.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. He's not that old, and now he's 26 now, I think.
All right.
Mm-hmm. Just turned February, and then the guitar player Matthew came next. I had just moved to Memphis, and I had been working with this band called the Bo Keys out of Memphis, and we were touring together. And then I got a bunch of gigs to do kind of the thing that I was doing before I moved to Memphis, which was like a 2-guitar kind of gig thing. So I started doing that again, but I needed a bass player. Tour came up really fast, and so I just put an ad out on Facebook, because I know millions of great bass players.
Sure.
Yeah, and Matthew, he's the first guy to message me, and so I said, I'll send you the material. I already knew who he was. He's a friend for a long time and a great bass player, and I even said to myself, hearing him on other gigs, that if he wasn't doing that gig, I'd like to have him do mine.
Sure, yeah. Perfect.
So he's great. And when Johnny Rhodes left the band to go back home to Detroit, he wanted to play the guitar in the band. I knew he could play the guitar. So he's a great guitar player, so I gave him the job. And then without the bass player, I went and got this guy, Willie G. Stevens, and he played every Sunday a brunch in Memphis, doing like organ blues and R&B and jazz, like Junior Walker and the All-Stars. And so I heard him do that, and I thought, man, I'm going to get that guy to do it. And he was an instant game changer, because he's got the organ and he plays the bass on the Moog.
Yes.
And he's really a grooving cat. He's actually the only guy originally from Memphis in the band. So he's got it. He's got that groove, man. I love him. And then we were playing the Reading Festival in Reading, PA, and Matthew Wilson said, "Hey, John Hay is here, and he's playing with Vanessa Collier, and he knew it'd be great to have him sit in." And I said, "That'd be a great idea." So we got him up to sit in, and just loved playing with him from the very beginning. Yeah. And so this tour came up, and I had been talking to John, and I said to myself, "Man, let's get John on this tour," and it's just been great. So. And a lot of these songs all have 2 guitar parts on them anyway, so it's great to fill that whole section out like that. And he's a gem.
Yeah, it was perfect last night. I saw you at Wallace last night. That show, standing ovations for all you guys.
Oh yeah,
and it was a great show last night.
Thanks, man. I
very
appreciate
impressed,
it.
Very impressed. What can the future hold for John Nemeth at this point in time? What are you thinking?
I was just getting lucky.
Yeah.
You're in the right place at the right time. You meet the right people. I mean, I've been fortunate throughout my career to meet, good people along the way that have helped me out. Great musicians and producers and folks like that. And, maybe someday, big fish will come swimming down the river and bite me up and take me upstream.
There you go.
We'll wait and see on that one.
Keep singing the way you're singing with that soul and those.
Only thing I know how to
blues.
do.
Yeah,
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Appreciate your time for coming by here to Don
thanks
Odells.
for the interview.
You bet. You bet. Thanks for watching, everybody. It's Don Odells Legends, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.